Here's our tooling for this robot, and we have 2 sets of vacuum bars doing 2 different applications. These ones that are going this direction are grabbing the layers of the wood. These front bars are then to singulate the wood. So we want to separate each layer into multiple pieces, and you can see there, since there's separate boards here, we want to be able to separate them. So after the robot picks the product up and singulates it, it holds it up to these scanners. This whole system, this rail here is on a servo linear actuator, and so this whole thing can go back and forth, and that gives us the ability to scan this product. We're able to get things like depth, color also, and things like that. It's pretty neat. What this is doing is looking for defects on the wood, and it's also looking for things like the dimensions, the width, thickness, the length of the wood. All of that is just to see if the quality is good. In the past, the customer would have to look at it by hand. They'd have to flip it over, look at both sides. There's so many things that go into what determines it being a pass or a fail. Sometimes it's about the knot size, sometimes it's about how close the knot is to the edge. And then one nice thing about a system like ours is you can calculate some of those things automatically, right? It only takes a few seconds to get the results. And with those results, then we can forward it on to the next piece of equipment that we integrate with. After the robot is presenting the product and it gets scanned, the board gets set down over here on this conveyor, and it's pushed through a moisture meter, which is this over here. These are measuring the moisture of the board, and it's usually in a percentage. Then it comes up against this machine here, and this is for checking the strength by tapping on the end of the board, and that's measuring modulus of elasticity. And when you combine things like the moisture content, you're combining the weight, and you have the dimensions, you have all the calculations or all the numbers and variables you need to calculate the strength with this system then. The purpose of that then, of course, is to know how strong the board is, so if it's going to work down the road for the builder, for the architect, those guys, because they want to have a board that's strong and it's not going to be going to fail. At the end of this line is a laser marker, and this is kind of really what compiles all the results together. This is pretty cool because we actually communicate with this, so it's not just a fixed mark. It's actually bringing all the information that we've compiled in the whole project, customer number, the board information, and it puts it all in a mark. That's what's one thing that's neat about integration is you can't just print something like this that's customized for each board unless you have that full package.